Hey, what's up everyone? In this video we're comparing the Hoka Carbon X Spe versus the Adidas Adizero Pro. Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to Fordy Runs. Now if this is your first time at Fordy Runs, I want you to smash that pink button down there that says subscribe on it. Go to our Facebook page and join the Fordy Runs running community and check out the description. There's loads of cool things. You can link to both of these shoes. Right, so we've got two carbon plated shoes and I suppose they're sort of very different in many ways but sort of similar in others. So let's get stuck in. Right guys, so here we go. We've got the Carbon X Spe and the Adizero Pro. Now they're both carbon plated shoes, but they've sort of done it in different ways, if that makes any sense. This is a more racier shoe, where this is got, you know, your Hoka sort of ethos about how to cover the distances with the higher stack, but you get the rocker with the plate and the very cool ProFly X midsole. Let's get into some of the stats and some of the features before we dive into anything else and compare and see which one I prefer. We'll start with the Adizero Pro. This shoe is £160 here in the UK. You've got the brand new Selum mesh, I think it's called, upper. You've got a carbon and nylon infused fibred heel plate, wishbone shaped, which is kind of cool. You've got on the outsole, you've got the Adiwear rubber on the heel, and you've got through the midfoot, you've got this quick stripe DSP. I'll show you that in a sec. Midsole measurements, 39.5mm in the heel, 29.5 in the forefoot, 10mm drop. The shoe is weighing 8.3 ounces. Then we've got the sort of updated Carbon X Spe. There's been a few changes to it, and we'll get onto them in a sec actually. Let's start off with some of the stats and some of the features of the shoe like we always do. So this is, let's say, a maximally cushioned carbon plated neutral shoe. You've got the amplified rocker design. You've got the ProFly X midsole, which has got like this top layer, which is a little bit softer. Then you've got the bottom layer, which is a little bit firmer. You've got a moulded heel counter for stability because of the high stack on it. The shoe is weighing 8.8 ounces. It's £170 and it's got a 5mm drop. So two different takeaways. Takeaways, yeah, I suppose it's the wrong word, but anyway. On the carbon plated sort of shoe thingy that they're trying to come up with. So you want to get these carbon plates in there to try and get you that snap, to try and make you go faster. And I think Hoka have done a very good job with it. With the Carbon X, I think Adidas have done a good job, but they've tuned it towards sort of faster runners, which is not a bad thing. It's not a complaint, by the way. I just don't think, me personally, I'm fast enough to run in this shoe. I think over like a 5k or 10k, maybe I'd get the most out of this shoe. But over half marathon distance, definitely a marathon distance, I would not benefit from this shoe at all. The light strike is very good. With the boost, I like the combination, what they've done. These are the stripes, by the way, I was talking about. So they've added traction, but they've shaved weight. Got the cold continental rubber. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't run consistently enough on my forefoot. And again, that's me. People like Michael runs a 2 hours 50 marathon, would probably benefit from this shoe, you know, because he's more up on his toes pretty much the whole race. So, you know, this is the shoe I think that's probably more suited to you faster guys out there. And I think that's where the carbon plate will sort of kick in when you're really going at it. So that's, you know, I was a little bit disappointed with it. But as I say, that's more to do with me and not necessarily to do with the shoe. And that's me being honest with you guys. The upper's very cool. I do like the fact that they've got loads of like lacing options here. You can really sort of drill them down. The fit, true to size, is actually quite roomy with this upper. And it actually feels quite roomy in there. So that's pretty cool. The Carbon X Spe, like I said a second ago, is an updated version of the other one. So they've added this heel counter here. They've made it more of an all-in-one booty. They've added some new layers. That's about it. So it's pretty much still the Carbon X that you love, but with a few minor tweaks and changes to it. It is still very narrow. I'm a 9.5 in this shoe, and it does, you know, pinch in like most Hokas. I was getting heat spots here on the shoe, but they seem to have deteriorated a little bit. I did notice when I started running in it, my foot was like sort of bended. But that, again, that's sort of come back a little bit the more I've run in it. I really dig the ProFly X. It does feel great. And I think the reason why I wanted to compare these two, because I wanted to compare them as half marathon shoes. I think they offer something different, but at the same time, you can go very well over that distance in both of these shoes. If you're looking for something a little bit more cushioned, and obviously you get the rocker from the Hoka, but you don't have necessarily a wider foot, Personally, I would go with the Carbon X or the Carbon X Spe. This is a great shoe. Just feels effortless actually when you're out there, and you can really pick it up. It's nice and light. You know, it's 170 quid, so it's still expensive, but this is 160 pounds, so they're about the same. I think with this shoe, this is more suited for somebody who likes a sort of more racier shoe, a lighter feeling shoe, oh sorry, a more minimalistic shoe, not a lighter shoe, because they're, you know, they're both similar sort of weights, but more of a racier feel of shoes, you know, where you are naturally just running the whole time on your toes, where this is sort of rocking you onto them. I think that's a good comparison between the two. So I don't really want to pick between them. Personally, this suits me more, the Hoka, just because of my running style, but I think actually both offer something for you guys, but I would say more over the half marathon distance.